Assalamu alaikum to my all loving students, my dear students. I hope you all are fine, as I'm fine, and doing well by keeping yourself safe at home. Stay home, stay safe. I know you are missing your school, classroom, friends, and teacher as well. As you know that now you are having your assessments in month of July. So whatever you have read in your Zoom online classes, you are going to give your online test. So get ready for that, my dear students. I wish you good luck, very, very good luck. So as you remember, and if you remember that we have discussed and we have learnt in last lesson, what we have learnt in last lesson? Yes, stories. Can anyone tell me? And do you remember the moral? Yes, moral is do good, have good. So, yes, in our last lesson we have done the stories, which have two stories, but the moral is same: do good, have good. One was the dove and the ant, and the one is the lion and the mouse. You must be thinking that today again we have something interesting. So let's start today. That what I have for you for today's lecture. Obviously, it's related with the book for book exercises. But before we are going to start and do the book exercises, we should know what we are going to start. So it's a part of grammar, and whenever we have start part of grammar, one thing comes in our mind, and that is called, let me tell you, what is that called? That is called part of speech. Yes, this is part of speech. So we are going to do today the part of speech. Now, whenever we start with the part of speech, everyone must be thinking that what comes in your mind, that what is part of speech. As you know, my dear student, it's a part of grammar, and there are 8 parts of speech. If you remember, and if you remember your previous classes lesson, you remember it well, that what is part of speech. You know, in any language we use words to speak or write. We are going to make a correct sentence, a combination of sentences or a correct form of sentence or words is called a sentence. Now let me discuss, or let me say, going play am I? So, do you think is it a correct sentence? No, this is not a correct sentence. Now let's make it correct. I am going to play. Now this is called part of speech, that we are going to arrange the letters in a proper form according to grammar rules. And you know, part of speech tells us how a word is used in a sentence. And some part of speech are called word classes. Some part of speech are called word classes. Now let's have a look. In any language, we use words to speak or to write. Now let's have a look. Okay, the part of speech tells us how word is used in a sentence, and some part of speech are used or called word classes. Fine. Whenever this word comes into your mind, part of speech, definitely something comes into your mind, and that is noun, pronoun, and adjective. Fine. And part of speech, there are 3. Now what are else? Then we have verb, adverb, conjunction, preposition, and interjection. There are 8 parts of speech, and every part of speech has its own function. Let's have a look about the noun. Everything in the world is noun, and naming words are called noun. Everything is noun. You know, without name, without noun, there is nothing. Everything is noun, like page, pen, pencil, class, school, fan, door, man, woman, Ali, henna, teacher, and many, many more, like lion, mouse, and the blue board and the chalkboard and your geometry box and your school bag, your school shoes, uniform, anything in the world is a noun, simple. Then the next is pronoun. There are 8 kind of words. Then it's pronoun. Pronoun is used in place of noun always. That we avoid the repetition of noun, and so we use he, she, it, I, you, we, they. Fine. And as you know, there are 7 pronouns, and I is the king of pronoun. Why I is the king of pronoun? Because I used to write always in capital. Fine. Then we have adjective. What is adjective? Adjective is a word which describes noun or a pronoun. Adjective is a word which tells the quality of a noun. Fine, quality of a noun. Let's have a look of a very short look. The word is verb, always shows action. Adverb modifies verb or an adjective. And then conjunction, or known as connecting words, a word which joins 2 words, 2 sentences and 2 phrases. Then we have what? Preposition shows a relationship between noun and other words in the same sentence. Then we have an interjection, a word which shows sudden feelings or emotions like wow, hurrah, ouch. They all are part of speech. Fine. There are 8 parts of speech, and the job a word does in a sentence is called parts of speech. Now look what I have to show you, that is noun. As you know, name of anything, a person, an animal, a place or an idea. Examples are rose fan, woman, rose table, Pakistan. Anything which has a name is called noun. After the noun we have word. What describes and modifies noun? That is called adjective. Yes, adjective always describes, modifies or gives more information about noun or pronoun, like big, small, hot, cold, blue, old, beautiful. Fine, hot, weather. Now what is hot here? Hot is adjective. Hot, weather. The sun is hot. Fine. Cold winds. Fine. Cold is adjective. Big, small. Now let's have a look of adjectives. That green leaves. What is noun here? Leaves. And what describes leaves? Green. Beautiful flowers. Now beautiful is adjective and the flowers are noun. Big and small. This big and small. Small is ball and big ball. This is an adjective. They are modifies noun. Now let's have a look. The blue sky, all table and a white pear. So my dear students, this is all about your adjectives. An adjective is also known about descriptives. Fine. Descriptives. What are the descriptives? Let's have a look. They are the descriptives, and for this you are going to open your book and let's discuss the descriptives. Fine. Open your book on page number 7. It's unit 1 study and exercise D. Descriptive. Choose the words from the list to complete each sentence. Yes, number 1 is the great white shark. Great or wild or white shark lives in the ocean. People comes to visit. What? Friendly and bottlenose. Dolphin. Fungi. The dolphin eats small and fresh fish. Dolphin makes a clicking and whistling sound, and fungi is a great wild white and performing dolphin. Fine, my boys. Now let's have another activity of your rearrange next exercise, book exercise, that is about the rearrange the letters. Fine, we are going to arrange the letters. Now let me show you. That is what I'm going to here. Look what I'm going to write here. I have some little activity for you. Keep. Fine. This word is keep. Now rearrange this letter. We are going to rearrange the letter with a single click. Fine. Let's change this P here and here. Change the position. It's peak. It's peak. Yes. Now let's have another word. That is what? That is salt. That is salt. Now where is salt? How we are going to change this word? This salt can be L-A-S-T. Lost. Fine. We are going to arrange these letters. Fine. This becomes lost. Then, so my dear students, this is all about today's summary and lecture. Thank you so much. See you soon. Complete your book exercises both. Allah Hafiz.